Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear students. Welcome back to English Language Vocabulary. And the topic of today is going to be about food, a recipe for disaster. Recipe, وصفة الأكل. Okay, a recipe for disaster. Describing food products. Okay, food production has become increasingly industrialized and globalized. And so knowing what our food contains has become more and more important. Labels don't always help. Adjectives such as wholesome, farm fresh, and homemade can be rather vague and meaningless, while the international numbering system of additives is often incomprehensible to people. Some familiar descriptions, however, do have a clear official meaning. For example, whole foods, free-range eggs, gluten-free bread, or contains no artificial colors or preservatives. Clear and scientifically accurate descriptions can be vital for people who suffer from food allergies and for vegetarians or vegans who want to know exactly what is in a product, as well as being important for consumers looking for natural or unprocessed foods, or those concerned about animal welfare who may wish to avoid food produced by better farming methods, and so on. With the growth in popularity of convenience foods alongside public health concerns over bad diet and obesity, simple and unambitious nutrition labels are more important than ever. An example of a simple system is traffic light labeling, which indicates high, red, medium, amber or low, green levels of such things as fat, sugar, and salt. Finally, good labeling tells us where the food was produced and under what conditions. For example, fair trade products. Okay, let's go from the beginning. Food production has become increasingly industrialized. Industrialized means based on industrialism and technology. Okay, so it means it is made industrial. It is made industrial. Globalized means become worldwide. Okay? And so knowing what our food contains has become more and more important. Labels. ملصقات على المعلبات. Labels don't always help. Adjectives like or such as wholesome, صحي, مفيد, farm fresh, طازج, and homemade. All these adjectives can be rather vague and meaningless, while the international numbering system for additives, المضافات على الأطعمة, الأشياء التي تضاف على الأطعمة, is often incomprehensible to people. These are incomprehensible. Okay, it means they are vague, غامض, مبهم. Some familiar descriptions, however, do have a clear official meaning. For example, whole foods. Okay, whole foods that haven't had any of their natural features taken away or any artificial substances added. Okay, whole foods. فيش عليها إضافات. Again, foods that haven't had any of their natural features taken away or any artificial substances added. لا مليون منها الأشياء الطبيعية ولا مضيف عليها أشياء صناعية. Okay, these are whole foods. Free-range eggs. Free-range eggs produced by farm animals. This is a free range. Okay? Free range produced by farm animals that are allowed to move around outside and are not kept in cages or stalls. Okay? يعني free range eggs. بيض من دجاج طليق وحر لا يوضع في أقفاص. Okay? بتنقل بياكل من الأرض. Okay, so free range eggs. Gluten-free. Gluten-free means not containing gluten. جلاتين يعني الدوابق. Okay? Okay, gluten-free, which is free from gluten, not containing gluten. ما فيش فيه جلوتين ودوابق ومواد حافظة. Okay? Gluten-free bread or contains no artificial colors or preservatives. Preservatives مواد حافظة. Clear and scientifically accurate descriptions can be vital for people who suffer from bad allergies. الناس اللي بتعاني من حساسية. Okay? Okay. So the meaning of allergy here, condition that makes a person become ill or develop skin or breathing problems because they have eaten certain foods or been near certain substances. The related adjectives or adjective is allergic to. Allergic to. حساس لي. Okay. And for vegetarians or vegans, vegan is somebody who doesn't eat any animal products. Vegans who want to know exactly what is in a product, as well as being important for consumers looking for natural or unprocessed food. Unprocessed غير معالج بمواد كيماوية. Okay? Or those concerned about animal welfare. Okay? Those who are concerned about animal welfare. الناس اللي بتعتني برفاهية الحيوانات. Who may wish to avoid food produced by battery farming. So those people are always trying to avoid food produced by battery farming. What is food produced by battery farming? This is food or a system of producing a large quantity of eggs or meat cheaply by keeping a lot of birds in raw or small cages. التربية أو تربية الدواجن في الأقفاص. Okay? أقفاص فوق بعض أو أسطر من الأقفاص. This is battery farming. So lots of people try to avoid, foods produced by battery farming. Okay, especially for those who try to avoid food produced by battery farming. So battery farming, again, a system of producing large quantities of eggs or meat cheaply by keeping ترباية a lot of birds in rows of small cages. Okay, so this is called battery farming methods, and so on, with a growth in popularity of convenience foods. Okay, يعني في الوضع اللي فيه رواج للconvenience foods. What is a convenience food? Convenience food, okay, is that food which is partly or completely prepared already, and that is sold frozen or in cans. Okay, so it is already prepared, either partially or completely prepared and sold frozen or in cans. This is convenience food. Alongside public health concerns over bad diet and obesity. Okay, obesity is sunnah. What happens? Simple and unambitious nutrition labels are more important than ever. Okay, nutrition labels is labels or are labels that indicate how the food influences your health. Nutrition labels. These labels tell you to what extent is the food good or bad for you. Okay, so these are labels that indicate how the food influences your health. So simple and unambiguous nutrition labels are more important than ever. An example of a simple system is traffic light labeling. Traffic light labeling. What is a traffic light labeling? A traffic light labeling, these are labels with colors like traffic lights. So we have green, we have yellow, we have red. Okay, so traffic light labeling are labels with colors like traffic lights that give information on nutrition. They give information on nutrition. Okay, which indicates high. If it is high, so the color is red. Medium, amber, or low. Okay, amber, sorry. Medium, amber. Amber, أصفر كهرماني. أصفر كهرماني. Okay, or low, green. So if the substance is not that much, so the color on the traffic light label or on the label itself, okay, it's going to be green. It's going to be green. Okay, it means the additives or the type of substance added, okay, of a particular substance, of course, is low. If it is red, it means it is of high quantity, and this is tough. Or low green levels of such things as fat, sugar, and salty. Okay? So the idea is clear. Finally, good labeling tells us where the food was produced and under what conditions. For example, fair trade products. Fair trade products. What is fair trade products? These are, or it is a way of buying and selling products that makes certain that the original producer receives a fair price. So these are products sold at a fair price. It makes you certain that the original producer receives a fair price. Okay? Good. So this is the meaning of fair trade products, a way of buying and selling products that makes certain that the original producer receives a fair price. Okay? Let's go to food metaphors. Food metaphors. Okay? Inviting Sophie and her ex-husband to the same party was a recipe for disaster. Recipe for disaster. يعني كانت وصفة سحرية لكارثة. Okay? A situation sure to lead to. A situation sure to lead to blah, 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 blah. Okay? When asked why he didn't turn up to the exam, why didn't he come? Why didn't he show? Okay? Why didn't he turn up to the exam? He cooked up a story. He cooked up a story. اختلق. Okay? He cooked up a story about his kitchen being flooded. So cook up a story means made up, invented. The film has all the ingredients of a box office hit. The film has all the ingredients of a box office hit. Okay? Box office hit means very successful film. Okay? A box office hit. Okay? It means a very successful film. So all the ingredients of it means all the necessary characteristics. كل المواصفات. Okay? All the necessary characteristics. Good. I'm not going to call him. I'm going to let him stew for another few days at least. Okay? Stew for another few days, worry or suffer, especially about something you think is that person's fault. Okay? Stew. بدي ألطعه. Okay? To stew somebody. Okay? I'm going to let him stew for another few days at least. Okay? Good. Good. So it means to leave somebody to worry and suffer the unpleasant effects of their own actions. Again, to leave somebody to worry and suffer the unpleasant effects of their own actions. Okay? Good. Okay, to stew for another few days. Okay? Okay, you can also say stew in your own juice. It's the same. Stew your own juice. Stew your own juice. The same. It's kind of you to invite me, but ballet isn't really my cup of tea. Isn't really my cup of tea means not my taste. It is not my taste. It doesn't suit me. Okay? It doesn't suit me. Not the type of thing that I like. Okay. The police grilled the suspect for hours, but eventually let him go. Grill, استجوب. Of course, استجوب. بقسوة يعني بالذات بقسوة استجوب بقسوة. Okay, grilled the suspect for hours, but eventually let him go. Asked a lot of questions. Okay? Good. I'm sure this is going to be another of his half-baked schemes that will never come to anything. I'm sure this is going to be another of his half-baked schemes that will never come to anything. Half-baked means we can say not well planned. not well planned. Okay, half-baked schemes. Scheme is مخطط مشروع or sometimes مكيدة. Okay, مكيدة أو مخطط مشروع. Okay, half-baked means not well planned. It says here unrealistic or not thought through properly. Unrealistic or not thought through properly. Okay, good. Let's hire a karaoke machine. Okay, let's hire a karaoke machine. What is a karaoke machine? Karaoke machine, okay? Karaoke machine, yes. Let's hire a karaoke machine. يعني karaoke machine هي الآلة اللي بتعزف فقط عزف بدون اللي بتسجل العزف بدون اللي هو الصوت بدون عفوا الغناء بدون ما واحد يغني. Let's hire a karaoke machine that will spice up the office party. Spice up. That will spice up. Okay? Make it more interesting. That will spice up the office party. Make more lively. Make more lively. Lively, full of life. Lively, full of life. Okay? Okay. Let's hire a karaoke machine. This is done. Rick has started hanging around with some unsavory characters. Unsavory characters. Unsavory means تافه, بغيض. In English, unpleasant, morally offensive. Okay, morally offensive. Unpleasant. Unpleasant. So Rick has started hanging around with some unsavory characters. They started their business with high hopes, but things soon turned sour. Okay? Turned sour. Okay? Things soon turned sour. Went wrong. Okay? Turned sour. Again, they started their business with high hopes, but things soon turned sour. Went wrong. It means went wrong. في النهاية ساءت الأمور. Okay? Let's go for a coffee and you can tell me all the juicy gossip. All the juicy gossip means all the exciting and interesting gossip. Okay? Thank you very much. Until we meet again, inshallah, in the next unit. All the best. Bye bye.